Hey, what's going on? Typically, I put out intake videos on Friday, and then I have some other kind of video on Thursday. Like the sock video, that was a Thursday video. But the one I'm currently doing is, it's gonna take some more work. I need an extra day on it, so instead, we're gonna put an intake on Thursday, and I'll take that day to finish up the video I'm working on. So we're gonna do that now, because, it's almost Thursday, and I need to put something out, because, I like having a regular schedule. So the thing we're doing is going to be... I like the piano, I refuse to turn it off. It might be a little loud though, it's hard for me to tell. I can turn it down a bit. So what we're going to be doing is an episode from Cost of Living. Let me open up the... Yeah, it seems to be getting a bit louder, in fact. Let me adjust that volume down. Let's see, it's near the end of the Season 5 gag reel. Here it is.
I was 6 years old. I listened to my parents. I obeyed their rules. Most of the time.
So that's what we're doing. We're going to put that in. The thing is, that's in a deleted scene. So we can't just use the regular episode. So we're going to get a deleted scene and an intake. The only issue is that, well, here's my editing software. Here's the deleted scenes. I can't just drag that in. It doesn't work because Vegas won't accept an MKV. So what I need to do is, first off, get the name of this. Deleted costofliving.mkv. And I need to convert it to an MP4. So ffmpeg-i, that thing, costofliving.mp4. And let that go through. While that's processing, we can open up the actual gag reel and cut out the bit we're looking for. The actual intake part. So put that in the timeline. It's near the end. Here it is. And we don't actually need all of it, but I'm going to grab all of it for now. Because we're going to sort of... Oh, yeah, here's... If you guys remember this bit, this was where, Riker and Picard hold hands. I did that one quite a while ago. Anyway. I'm not going to worry about getting the exact timing. Because we only really need the end bit when they start laughing. So I'm happy to cut off just a bit at the beginning. What I need to do is find where this stream ends exactly. Because I want as much of it as possible. I'm probably going to cut it a little bit early, but, I like to have the option. Alright, let's see if it's done converting. Not quite yet. So while that's continuing to work, it's at 4,700 frames out of however many there are. What part do I actually want to keep? I only really want to keep the part where they start looking at each other and break out laughing. So all this other stuff, where they're just talking, that's going to be in the actual deleted scene, so we don't need to include the intake version of that. So we just want a couple seconds before. How's this? A little bit earlier, maybe. I want a little bit of silence.
Most of the time.
I like that amount. That's a good amount. That is a good amount of quiet. Is it done yet? Yes, it's done now. So now, I really hope this is going to work, because if this doesn't actually load into the editor, I don't actually have an alternative plan. So, hopefully the conversion went through. It'll probably load in. The issue is the audio going to be all messed up? Is the audio going to be all messed up? Sometimes it is. Oh, we want all of it. No, drag that. There we go. Let's play the audio, see if it breaks.
Oh, yes. How very thoughtful.
Nope, audio's fine. It worked. We're okay. It's all fine. I don't know why it's only showing... Oh, no. I was confused for a second. It's like, why is it cutting off like half of Troy's face? It's because that's doing a zoom out. That's why. That's fine. Zoom outs are okay. Oh, put the music back on. So yeah, I'm just gonna cut this real quick. So the other video I'm working on that's going to go out on Friday is going to be about Gormaganders. You guys remember Gormaganders, right? They are the space whales from Discovery. And frankly, Gormaganders are fantastic. Every sci-fi species needs a space whale. I also have another video planned about the Dyson Sphere and relics. In fact, that video is going to be about whether it's physically viable or what the physics behind it are. Because, I mean, I have a degree in physics. I just never used the bloody thing. So you know what? I'm going to use my physics degree to talk about a Star Trek episode. But that one's a lot more work. I just have this whole 8.5 by 11 just sheet of math here, trying to work out everything that, like the mass of the star in the center of the sun, based on the luminosity and the peak. It's going to be a whole thing. That's going to take some more work. Maybe next week. But this week, Gormagander and intake. So how long is this just by itself? How long is the clip? Because we want the intake to be limited to about a minute. About a minute. A minute 21. It's a little too long. So when Worf says, yeah, putting that degree to work on YouTube. Yeah, I don't work in the physics field. No, I just have it. So you gotta find some kind of use for it. Also, this is entirely the wrong aspect ratio. This should not be 16 by 9. But I'll fix that later. It's not important. So where does Worf say, I listen to my parents most of the time? Let me mute this. Play this.
All my life, it seems as though...
No, it's a bit before there. Unfortunately, I can't really listen to the music and do this. Because, I mean, I need to listen to what people are saying in the audio changes.
I listened to my parents.
Okay, so this...
rules.
Yeah, this is where he says it. So before, they're just sort of talking normally, they say the same lines.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents. I listened to my...
So probably where I want to cut it is where he says, I obeyed their rules. Then it will be a few seconds of silence where it cuts to the intake version. And then they'll start laughing and say most of the time.
Parents. I obeyed their rules.
Maybe like right there. Just a little bit of extra silence. So let's split it there. And where does he say most of the time?
I was 6. I was 6.
I might have to actually cut out all this afterwards. Because they keep laughing and it cuts as they're laughing. And am I going to be able to like fade out the laugh so it transitions naturally into just Troy talking? I don't think so. But I'm going to keep this to the side just in case. I don't want to delete it. So just if I do just no editing and just leave this in, how does that work? It probably works fine, honestly.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents. I obeyed their rules.
Maybe too much silence right now.
Most of the time.
Yeah, that's too much silence. What if I cut off just this amount and a little bit here? How's that? Obviously, the colors are going to need a lot of work. That's going to need to be done. But just the basic timings are what I want to do right now.
Most of the time.
I like that timing. I think that works. For some reason, this looks a little almost like overexposed. The colors on it look wrong. The colors look wrong here too, though. This might be an example of one where I have to edit both the intake and the actual episode bit. Because I don't like the colors on either of these. This looks... how do you even describe that? Like too much contrast? It looks wrong. Yeah, the wall's also a weird color. Why is the wall that color? Is the wall actually that color? Yeah, here it is, with no color grading. And it's that same color. I don't know why Troy's office looks like that. How long is this right now? 34 seconds? I like 34 seconds. Yeah, this looks kind of washed out because this is a deleted scene, so they didn't do all like the color grading and everything. So I'm gonna have to adjust both. But first off, let me get the aspect ratio right. It's always 1436 or 1456. So let me just fix that right now. Because that's easy. 1436. You might not be able to see that. Can you guys even read this? Can you guys even read this text? Because it's, right now this is 4K being downscaled to 1080p. It might look weird for you guys. Wow, this song is way too dramatic. It's entirely too dramatic. Let me turn that down a bit. Thank you, Grant. I'm glad you like the work. Glad you like it. No, you can't read it. It's not important. It doesn't actually say anything meaningful. It doesn't really say anything. But I guess I can fix it anyway. Let me change my display settings. Blur the screen because I don't know what else I have behind it. Set my resolution to 1080p. Is that going to screw with OBS? Okay, now OBS is at 1080p. Hang on. Hang on. Now I have to fix the scaling on Vegas because it just went from 4K to 1080 and it doesn't know how to deal with that. This is why it's impromptu, because nothing is going to work quite right. Oh yeah, that's the wrong scale now. There we go. Move that there. So, that should be a little bit bigger. Can you read this now? God, everything's so much bigger. Just a complete pain to rescale all this. So yeah, if you can read that, that's fine. I can deal with the messed up scaling. I don't know why Vegas Pro doesn't have UI scaling. This is even the latest version, because it was being given away for a significant discount a little bit ago. Why does the latest version of Vegas Pro not have proper UI scaling? I don't get it. Anyway, so we made that 1436, but we need to adjust the actual, video to 1436. There we go. That looks correct. Oh, this is way too big. Yeah, I just readjusting everything. Just give me a second.
Parents, I obeyed their rules.
Okay, timing.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I'm happy with that amount of silence. I think that's a good bit. Oh, no, this is the wrong size. Hang on. Scale it down. Alright, so all we really want is brightness and contrast. We'll throw in a color match as well. I'm not planning to use the color match, but we might need to. So just, it's a safety color match in case we need it. Drag this to the side so I can see. I'm not going to worry about matching it right now exactly. I just want this clip to look good, then I'll match the second clip to this. So a usual brightness and contrast is like 0.1, 0.2. But clearly that's not going to work here. That looks completely wrong. 0.05, that looks okay. Maybe slightly too bright, 0.04. How's that? That looks pretty close, honestly. Hang on, if I just boost up the brightness back to 0.05, is that going to look fine? That's pretty close. This is slightly washed out, though. It's a little bit washed out. So what if I keep this level of brightness and contrast and then I do an automatic color match from this to this? Well, to this, technically. Where is that color match? There we go. I can never... You're supposed to do, preview source and preview target. I can never remember which way it goes. This might be correct. I can never remember which is supposed to be the source, which is the target. Well, clearly that's wrong. Because this isn't changing at all. Oh no, it is. Very, very slightly. Very, very slightly. Yeah, if you guys want to talk about anything else other than the intake I'm working on, this is just going to be kind of going back and forth. So if you guys want to go for, monetization, that's fine. Grant, let me open up something for you. And we can just have a look. That, Hoovies, that is a lot more money than I would have expected to get. Well, thank you for that much. This isn't even $1 per every time you made me laugh. I sure wish I had your editing skills. Don't spend it all on chocolate, ice cream, and prune juice. Do I look like a warrior to you? I'm no warrior. I mean, technically I have a webcam, but it's not plugged in or anything. Anyway, yeah, if you guys want to... Grant, if you want to see, like, if I make money for my videos... So here is... Oh, man, the scaling of this is all wrong. It's all wrong. So yeah, here's my revenue for November. Or not November. For, No, that's right. Yeah, so $196 in November. The specific videos... usually intakes will be ineligible for monetization, but the compilations and like commentary videos, those will usually be monetized. Occasionally, yeah, this video about swearing is partially monetized limited, which basically means it's not going to get any real money. Occasionally intake will somehow slip through and it'll still be monetized, like Riker showing Commander Shelby to recorders. I don't know why that happens, it just kind of does. But, you know, don't worry about it. By the way, here's my bookmarks. You guys should check out the Delta Flyers. Delta Flyers are pretty cool. I have a Patreon too, but these guys are, we should probably get back to the video. That's Garrett Wong, what's his name? Ensign Harry Kim and, Tom Paris doing a podcast where they watch through all of Voyager. I need to resubscribe to them, because $5, usually I do it like every other month, and I need to do that now, because now it's the next month. Anyway, what are we doing? How does the color look? How does the color look? Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that color. It's a little bit off, but I'm pretty happy with it. I need to readjust my browser scaling because now it's too small for me to read the chat. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, Robert Duncan McNeil, that's his name. That's right. So, yeah, what do you guys think of this color? From here to here. And 1 or 2. 1 or 2. This background does look a little bit... The white in the background is darker. Like, can I mess with the white balance? Oh yeah, I turned off the color matching. I should probably fix that. Color match. The background is definitely desaturated. Oh, what did I click on? Get back over there. Turn that back on. Oh no, if I do that color match, that looks way too green. That is entirely wrong. No, 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 no. It was the other way around. Target image there. Source image there. Turn it back on. That changes nothing. That does absolutely nothing to help me. What if I match brightness? Oh, that helps. Oh yeah, that pretty much does it. Just gotta turn on match brightness and I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Cool. Oh, I should probably save. That seems like a good idea. Oh yeah, here, if you guys want to see like abandoned videos. Like here's the thing I was gonna do for the song This Is Halloween about Star Trek and it never happened. Here's the whale video I have planned for, well, it was going to be Thursday, but it's taking a while, so it'll be Friday instead. And this intake is going to be on Thursday. Where's the intakes folder? Here it is. These are all the good day to die clips. Intakes, I'm on 40, right? Yeah. 40. Just working title like Worf Parents. Doesn't matter. Worf Parents Project. So all I want now, I'm happy with the timing. Oh, I also need a fade in. Fade in, usually 15 seconds is correct. 15, sorry, not 15 seconds, 15 frames. Usually 15 frames feels about right for Star Trek. Like if I play this now.
I do not.
I'm happy with that. And then a 15 frame fade out. Actually, hang on. So, while these people are laughing, you can hear some of the crew in the background laugh too, so ideally I want to cut it off before the crew start laughing, because you don't really need the entire laugh, it's not a big deal. So just fade to black a bit early. Oh, my favorite intake. I don't know, man. There's so many of them now. I mean, I really like the one with Data going IE as he dies. I think that's pretty good. Worf and... No, not Worf. Riker and Picard holding hands. I really like that one. The transporter room, Worf doesn't play with boys. I really like the premise. Now that I've gotten better at video editing, now that I know what I'm doing more, I'm not completely happy with the execution of that video. So once I've finished every intake, once I've finished every outtake and put them in, I'm going to do one big compilation of all of them, and that's one I'm going to redo. There's like a couple I want to redo, that's going to be one of them, with Worf Plays with Boys. Oh, Data Small Talk is going to be another one because the volume's kind of messed up there. That one I should have known better, but I need to go back and fix the volume for the compilation.
Most of the time.
Speaking of volume, how does the volume compare here?
I obeyed their rules.
It seems a little louder. Let me just drop it down like 2 decibels.
Most of the time.
2.6?
I obeyed their rules. Most of the time.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds good. Let's see. What else was I doing? Oh yes, cutting it off before the crew starts laughing in the background. Okay, so right there is where the crew starts laughing. You might not be able to hear it so well. Let me bump up the volume. Plus 6 decibels is usually sufficient. Yeah, let me trim the end there. And then do a 15-frame fade-out, as is tradition. It's just frame perfect, trying to get it to... Hang on. Hang on. See, this is why I have a function on my mouse where if you hold it down, it just completely drops the mouse sensitivity. Massively. So grab this, drop mouse sensitivity, then do 15 frames. Thank you. Alright, where'd the music go? Let me mute that for a second. How does this sound?
My parents. I obeyed their rules. Most of the time.
I feel like if I'm going to be cutting it off, then I need a longer fade. Maybe like a full second, instead of 15 frames.
The time.
It still seems a little abrupt. Maybe it's because he's like mid-laugh during one of them.
Time.
That sounds better. Because he's not just starting a new laugh as it ends. You can still hear the crew laughing a little bit, but you can just pretend that's joy. That's fine. Yeah, the fade out. Start that a little earlier.
Time. Most of the time.
Still not quite perfect. See, okay, so most of making intakes, most of the work is just, oh, that's not what I wanted to click. Most of the work is just making very slight adjustments. 90% of the work is 1% of the... Hang on. What's that phrase? Look, basically the small adjustments take a lot more time than getting like the big picture working. Just the tiny adjustments to timing. I think that works. I'm happy with that. Let's watch back a little bit more at a time, make sure it flows correctly.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents. I obeyed their rules. Most of the time.
I'm happy with that. I think that's good. Yeah, one day there's going to be an intake supercut. There's one day going to be... How many do I expect to have at the end when I'm finally done? I don't know, maybe like 70? Maybe? So that'll be a while from now. That'll be like half a year. or more. But yeah, once I've done every single outtake, then there'll be one massive supercut of all of them, except intake number 6, I think it is. Intake number 6 was Patrick Stewart forgetting Commander Riker's name. But that got blocked. And I assume the reason is, like, the guest star in that episode, there was some issue with licensing or something. That's the only one that CBS has actually gone in and manually, not automatically by the system, manually blocked. So that one's not going to be included. Technically, it's still available on Patreon, but I mean, you can also just watch the outtakes yourself. The outtakes are available. Oh, yeah, someone asked me earlier, where do I get the outtakes? I think I forgot to answer that. Where I get the outtakes is from the Blu-ray discs, same as the deleted scene that I'm working with here. You get them from the Blu-rays. They're probably also available on regular DVDs, but not as high quality. So, you know, your mileage may vary there. Some of them you can also find on YouTube. Some of them. What was I doing now? I wanted some engine rumble. Engine rumble. It's going to be all of them in the supercut. Every single one of them. Oh, I know where to get an engine rumble. So on this deleted scene, there's for some reason like some actual color grading and background audio in it. I don't know why. But they also put in like the engine rumble, and I can pull that from this clip and put it into the bit I want.
Just eat.
Yeah, right there.
Just eat.
Perfect. Trim that start. Alright. So how does this sound if I, like, extend it a bit? Does it sound right if I just play it over and over again? Or do I need to get a different clip? No, that sounds wrong. That doesn't sound right at all. Let me get a different little bit. See if I can get, like, a longer amount of engine rumble in the background. I can always just pull it from a real episode, but then I have to load one into the editor, and I have to find a quiet bit. It's a whole thing.
Father, the higher, the fewer.
What does that mean, Alexander? What do you mean, the higher the fewer? I know it's what Loxana said to him earlier in the episode, but what does that even mean, the higher the fewer?
Father, the higher,
I think this is slightly longer.
the higher.
So let me just cut it off as close to the end as I can and then trim it a bit. Yeah, that needs trimmed a bit further in. Alright, that's what we're going to work with. The higher the fewer, yeah, that would work for a pyramid scheme, wasn't it? Wouldn't it? That is completely correct. So, okay. I'm going to delete this. We're ending the video without going into the rest of the scene. So delete that little bit. So we need to edit this. We need to time it just right so that it sounds natural when it's fading into itself. So what if like 4 frames? I don't know. How's that? No, that sounds wrong. What if I don't do an overlap at all? Hang on, that actually sounds okay. Let me bump up the volume so we can hear it better. 12 decibels. Yeah, that sounds fine, honestly. Oh, thank you, Mr. Garage. You're going back to your own editing. What do you edit, if you haven't left already? Maybe we should look up Hoovie's Garage. I assume it has something to do with garages or cars or something. Maybe it's a garage of starships, I don't know. So yeah, we're just going to copy-paste this throughout the entire thing, because we just need some kind of background audio, because there's no engine rumble in the background. So let me do the same fade in here. Did I do the wrong fade in? Yeah, that's supposed to be longer. Usually what I do is a 15 frame visual fade in and a 24 frame audio fade in. I can adjust that a little bit here. And then at the very end, we want the engine rumble to fade out as well. Hit save in case this crashes, as it does sometimes. How does it sound? Oh, we also want to drop down the volume of the rumble.
I do not understand.
Drop the
I've
rumble a
been
little bit more.
Very clear with the boy as to his obligations. And yet he continues to ignore me.
I know what you mean. I've been quite clear with my mother about her not interfering with Alexander. But she does what she wants in spite of it.
When I was 6 years
I think that's the right volume for the engine rumble, if you guys can hear that clearly. Let me bump up the volume going through to you.
But she does what she wants in spite of it.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents.
Yeah, I want it quiet. I want it to be in the background, but still audible, and I think that's the right volume for that. I'm happy with this. So I think we're done. I think the video's done. We did it. So now I just need to render this out. Select everything, render as. Come on. Render as TNG format, make sure it's still correct. Yep. 1436 by 1080 at 23.976 frames per second. And 40 Worf parents. Oh, that main. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Alright, we got the music back. Render that, that's going to the right location. Don't crash. This looks suspiciously like... Okay, no, it's good. It's working. Wondershare Filmora. No, I haven't used that. The only video editing software I've used is Vegas Pro. Usually 15, but I very recently upgraded to 18, and honestly... Actually, there is a significant difference for me. For some reason, the Enterprise videos don't load correctly in 15, but they do in 18. So I've always... Whenever I've done like a Star Trek Enterprise intake, it needed like a bunch of like video conversion and messing with the audio setting. It's a whole thing. But now it seems to just work, so I think that's a worthwhile investment. We're not quite done with the entire thing yet. We're done with the video itself. What we need is a thumbnail now. So to zoom in as close as we can, get a single frame. One frame. Render as. Image sequence. PNG. There we go. The intakes folder. And edit that. Okay, let's make this. So the recommended size by YouTube is 1280 by 720. Here's the thumbnail for this, by the way. You might notice it's basically the same thing. But I'm going to do a little more work to make this work. Oh yeah, we also need a title. So I'm going to get the vignette going if you guys want to like think of titles. Sort of the working title, I guess, would be Worf Listens to His Parents. But if you guys can come up with a better one, then, I mean, I'm down. So what I'm going to want... Nope, not blue. Blue is the opposite of what I want. Where's my colors? Oh, they're off screen, because... Yeah. So I want black. Get some black in there. Get that completely covered. Erase the middle bits. And then we're going to blur that to give us a nice vignette effect. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little bit thicker. That looks good. Then we blur. That looks okay, and then we'll do a vignette around the sides. Effects, photo, vignette. And that's not going to work because it needs to be on the actual photo. There we go. This gives us like a more curved thing. Because the vignette for some reason only works on a circle. I can't make it an oval. So it has to be a circle. That just rounds it out a bit. So I'm happy with that. Worf remembers fond times. I wanted to relate sort of more directly. Maybe like Worf remembers his childhood, or Worf. It's definitely going to say Worf something. So we want Crupper font, size 72. Star Trek intakes, we're on 40. Get that centered. Right there. Okay, and we can put a outline on that. Yep, width 4, softness 251. Merge that in. And then the subtitle. Worf obeys his parents. Do I usually put the number on there? Honestly, I don't. Hang on, let me look back at my videos and see if I usually put the number sign on there. Because honestly, I don't know. No. No number sign. No number sign. I put the number sign on the... Alright, hang on, everyone. Content. Uploads. I mean, I'm looking right there. There's no number sign on that thumbnail. Or there, or there. Did I do it for, like, really old ones? No, not the Delta Flyer. I'm not listening to the Delta Flyers right now. I have my own watch-along series, thank you. So yeah, Worf obeys his parents. Worf mostly obeys. Maybe that feels a little on the nose. Sort of. I want it to be a lie, basically. I want to lie to people. And Worf obeys his parents is more of a lie. Worf. I'll say I'm just going to stick with Worf obeys his parents. I think that's fine. It could be more dramatic, but I'm not terribly concerned about it. Let's save that as a new thing. And we're going to call that Worf's parents. Thumbnail main. Obeyed could work too. Worf is a good son. He's a terrible father, we know that much. Well, we have this saved, so we can keep adjusting if we want. Worf obeys his parents. Obeyed. You're correct in that. It would be obeyed. Get this centered again. Worf was a good son. Sort of... Honestly, my only issue with Worf was a good son is whenever we get an A in a title, I can never remember... I can never decide whether I should capitalize it or not. It honestly looks wrong both ways. So I try to avoid using A in titles. It never looks right to me. Cling on true tradition. I like the pun. I'm not sure it fits the video, but I appreciate the pun. Let's save this over the old one. Alright, what's next? Next. And let me blur this because I'm not entirely sure what page I'm on. There we go. Let's upload this. Upload video. Get that Intakes folder. What is this song? Why does it sound so... Why does it sound like someone's about to be murdered? Let me skip this. Why does this also sound evil? Hang on, let me just... There we go. Something calmer. Worf Florf says North. I'm not quite sure about that. I'm not convinced by that. By Worf Florfing his North. What's my naming scheme? Star Trek. Intakes. I don't think I ever put the number here. Worf obeyed his parents. And then... Hang on, let me open up something else. There we go, my video page, content, and... Yeah, just copy this. Usually I don't put any kind of description here, just the links. Now, what episode is this? Let me look it up. TNG Cost of Living is Season 5, Episode 20. 520, Cost of Living. Thumbnail. There it is. Put it on the integrated outtakes playlist. 33 seconds. I like that amount of time. I like to keep videos shorter if I can. Like 30 seconds, I think is perfect. Usually videos get up to about a minute because I want to include more context. But 30 seconds, if I could make all of them about 30, that would be perfect. Hey, what's up? We're just making a video, and we just finished it. Oh yeah, tags. I need tags. Honestly, usually I just use the same tags. Are you guys curious what tags I use? Here they are. Funny is a good tag, right? I have no idea what makes a good tag. I just put in stuff. Oh yeah, with Tracy. Excuse me, that's Tracy with 2 E's on the end. I don't know why she spells it that way, but she does. Also, this isn't satire or parody, so I don't know why those are tags, but... I mean, hopefully they get searched. I don't really know how it works. And it looks like, because this is using a deleted scene, it looks like this isn't in the copyright system, so I can just have my own ads. So monetization on. I don't like overlay ads for intakes because they're so short. I don't like that popping up on screen. And for some reason, I don't know why it won't let me turn off after video ads. It's completely locked off to me. I can either just turn off all video ads, which I want because they give you the vast majority of the ad revenue. Banner ads give you basically nothing, so getting rid of overlay ads, I don't care. It's basically nothing. Video ads are what matters, but I can't turn off after video, which I just find annoying. Anyway. It has no sensitive issues in it, that's fine. I'm glad you found this. I'm glad the tags worked for your search. That's good. And this can be scheduled for tomorrow, 12 p.m. So the people in stream have sort of shuffled around. A bunch of people left and we got some new people. Typically, I make an intake go out on Fridays. This one's going to be going out on Thursday instead because I'm working on another video that I need an extra day for. So I'm just adjusting the schedule slightly. Intake tomorrow, and then the non-intake video on Friday. That's going to be about space whales. Space whales are very important. And schedule. And we're done. We did it. We did the thing. Let's watch it whole... Let me try the sentence again. Let's watch the whole thing back. You won't be able to access it through this link, because... Well... I mean, it's a private video.
I do not understand. I have been very clear with the boy as to his obligations. And yet he continues to ignore me.
I know what you mean. I've been quite clear with my mother about her not interfering with Alexander. But she does what she wants in spite of it.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents. I obeyed their rules. Most of the time. I obeyed.
Hang on. Why does the color look different here compared to here? I mean, it's not really a big deal. Oh yeah, the new Discovery episode tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, I kind of forgot. Oh hey, Oh hey, what's this? Maybe I shouldn't watch that back. Maybe that seems like a bad idea. That seems like a bad thing to click on. But hey, there's you guys. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Let's see, what can I do here? Ian Watson, I can ban you from the channel. Add moderator. Maybe I'll just leave that alone. Maybe I'll just let that be. Alright, so, I mean, we're done with that. Is there anything else we want to do before we end? Any more, like, questions about the channel, or plans for future videos? What's going on? Don't worry, Ian, I did not ban you. You're not a moderator, but I didn't ban you. I am a generous god. I would never do that to you. We could talk about stupid YouTube comments I get. Oh, we get... A lot of people... So, a lot of people seem to, like, vehemently hate Discovery. And you're allowed to hate Discovery. That's fine. If you don't like the show, that's fine. But some people are, like, doing personal attacks over it. It's like, what is the point? It's not that... If you don't like the show, you don't have to you don't have to engage with it at all. Why? Yeah, I'm getting the bloopers from the Blu-ray discs. Hang on. I'll hold them up to my non-plugged-in webcam. There it is. If you guys want the exact Blu-ray set I used, let me find that real quick. Because there are a whole bunch of different Blu-ray sets, and it took me some research to find out what had what I even wanted. So let me get that exact thing if you guys want it. Open this up on incognito. So yeah, here's the one I got. So yeah, Star Trek Picard. Honestly, Star Trek Picard might be... I don't know if it's my least favorite or second least favorite. I'm not sure. I think they actually increased the price since I bought it. I don't think I spent that much on it. But yeah, that still might be worth it to you. It certainly made the money back for me, but I made it into a YouTube channel, so that worked out. Oh, that's why I spent a bunch less on it. I had, like, gift cards and stuff. That's right. Anyway. Star Trek Picard... Star Trek Picard was kind of a weird one. We really should have expected it to be weird because it doesn't focus on Starfleet. It's not about Starfleet. I don't know if Red Letter Media's mentioned the intakes at all. I don't watch Red Letter Media. They feel... There's one Red Letter Media video I've watched. Well, I watched the Phantom Menace review a long time ago, but I didn't like it, so that's kind of why I haven't ever gone back to them. Because I wasn't interested in that type of content. But let me look it up. So the one Red Letter Media video I love, which isn't actually from Red Letter Media, is Mike really loves Star Trek. It's just a compilation of Mike Stoklasa, just everything he brings back to Star Trek. No matter what the conversation is, he just brings it back to Star Trek. So I can appreciate that they're Star Trek fans, but my concern is I haven't watched their stuff about Star Trek. I haven't watched it. But my concern would be that they're, like, needlessly aggressive toward the new stuff based on their reaction to the Star Wars prequels. There are some channels like that I try to avoid. Maybe I should give them a chance, because, again, I haven't since the Star Wars prequels. Maybe I should give them another shot. What gave me the idea for the intakes? Well, on the Star Trek bridge, not Star Trek bridge, on the Star Trek subreddit, someone just posted that outtake of the first one I did with Jordan Worf high-fiving, and I had some free time to kill, so I was like, oh sure, let's put that in the episode just for fun because I had spare time, so I did, and then everyone just absolutely loved it. Just got like 150,000 views, something like that. I was like, oh, maybe I should make more of these. So I just made more of them. And now I have an audience that I can try to leverage into content that I can actually monetize. So I'm started making the other kinds of videos. The live streams I do aren't really intended to get... the live streams aren't intended to get the monetization, really. Because they get like 20 viewers, it's not a big deal. It's the other videos I'm making, like the Space Whale video I'm planning, or the Dyson Sphere I have the idea for next week. Whether that's going to happen. Oh yeah, like here's all the YouTube videos I'm totally going to go back to, honest. I'll watch these again. What did I leave off on? I don't remember. What was I watching? Oh, everything great about Star Wars. Yeah, I should watch that. Yeah, cinema... This honestly follows from my opinion of Red Letter Media and other channels that I think are needlessly negative. Like, I really think Cinema Wins is a much more enjoyable channel than Cinema Sins. Because it's very positive. It takes movies that people generally think of as bad, or shows that people think of as bad, and it tries to find redeeming qualities, tries to find things that people can like in it. My favorite intake, probably like... Hang on, let me bring up the playlist. I might be forgetting some. Let's see, playlist, integrated outtakes. God, there's so many now. Yeah, here's intake number 6 that's blocked. Yeah, Data going IE. I really like that one. I think that's pretty good. Riker and Picard holding hands. I think that one's great. Riker's dramatic flair I don't think is good. But I want to do every outtake, so it's going to show up sooner or later. That's just where Riker sort of... No, I am absolutely not playing number 6 on stream. That got blocked by CBS. I do not want to antagonize that company. I do not want to antagonize them. Burning Wings of Fire. Oh, there's an interesting story between on the Burning Wings of Fire one. Let me just play this video again. I can skip a bit. So, that one. That is an interesting story, because there is no gag reel available for Voyager. I got this outtake because I think it was the writer of this episode. He actually sent me the dailies for it, where it's just the raw recordings that they have, and they send it out to producers or something for them to, like, see how the filming is progressing. So the writer of this episode sent me this footage, and I picked out an outtake from it. There are actually, like, proper outtakes that other people consider to be outtakes. But I really like this little bit, so that's the one I used. I still have the full things. In fact, let me pull them up. Where did I put them? I think I put them in the intakes folder somewhere. Intakes, gag reels. Yeah, here they are. False Prophets Dailies 1 and Dailies 2. So this one's like 30 minutes long, and it's just...
And they must go on wings.
Did I just go exactly to the outtake bit?
Fire! Wings of fire! Wings of fire! Wings of...
No, this is the daily where they actually got it right the second time. Cause yeah, they did it.
Wings of fire! Wings of fire! Wings of fire!
Wings of fire!
Yeah, there it is. So yeah, I have all that stuff. So that was pretty cool of the guy. What was his name, by the way? George? Hang on. Star Trek Voyager. False. False Prophets writer. Who was... It wasn't Joe Minoski that sent it to me. I don't think it was. Honestly, I'm just looking up the writers now. Oh, George Brozak. That was the guy. George Brozak. So, as much as I would like to say that's like some special thing he did for me, he actually has sent that daily footage to several people before. It's just a thing he has. He likes sending it out to give people more information. Which is pretty cool of him. I really like that he does that. And I was very glad to receive it from him. I think he also gave it to trekcore.com. I think it was them, so if you look up like Trekcore False Prophets, you could find it there. I don't know if they uploaded the full dailies, but they uploaded the outtakes from it. But they didn't include the Wings of Fire as an outtake. And that's what drew me to it, because the other people didn't have it in their gag reel. So yeah. Oh yeah, we were going over what intakes I liked. Wow, Jordy and Worf were in sync. That was only intake 15 and I've done 40 now. That feels like it was much more recent. Man, I'm just losing all track of time with this. Picard escorts an ambassador. That was an interesting one. I think Picard escorts an ambassador. Where, let me just skip to the actual outtake.
That will take us very close to the neutral zone, Captain.
Alright, see you, Bay.
Proceed.
Lay in the course.
I think that was the first one where someone accused me of stealing someone else's video. In fact, I wonder if I can find that. I wonder if that comment's still here. I don't think I replied to it. Stole? Already? No, it might have gotten blocked or something. Or it might just be at the bottom. I don't know. So, yeah. Someone... Occasionally, I'll get, like, accusations of stealing people's video ideas, because after I started doing this, then other people started doing intakes as well, and they pumped them out, like, 3 a day. So naturally, there's going to be some I've already done. It's like, no, I'm just doing all of them. I don't care. I don't even watch other people's intakes. I just do my own. I don't want to take any ideas from other people. I don't watch their videos. I just do my own intakes. And I'm going through every single one, so there's definitely going to be quite a bit of overlap. I try not to name names of channels I don't like, because I don't want to start any YouTube drama. I don't really object to other people doing intakes. I do kind of object to using the name intakes, because that feels like, I mean, not a brand name, but you get the idea. It feels like something that's something unique to the channel. That's something someone can use as a like a search term to find my stuff. But if they do like the same type of videos, I don't care. They're free to do it. It's not my copyrighted material. This is all CBS's stuff. They can do whatever they want with it. I would just like to keep the name. I just want the name. Oh yeah, I also did one for House. That one I'm not going to show on stream though, because the one I did for House was kind of... It had some weird things with the copyright. It like got completely blocked in most countries, and then an hour later it got unblocked, but it was demonetized. Like I don't know what's going on with that. It's still available on the channel, so if you look up House MD intake, you can find it. Actually, let me look that up now. I'm not going to watch it. But I was really proud of the thumbnail. I really like the thumbnail. That was just a basic one I did. I didn't put that much effort into it. It was just like I had a little bit of time to kill and I found a gag reel for House. It's like, yeah, I'll put one together. So the editing on it isn't perfect or anything. But, you know, it's the thought that counts. How long has the stream been going? We kind of finished the video a while ago. Was it like half an hour ago we finished the actual video? I think we're pretty much done. Here, let me shill someone for you. So there's this streamer. by the name of Mike. He does a lot of Star Trek Online content, which I don't really care about. However, he also does... So if you guys like Star Trek Online, you can check him out. But we've also been doing a multiplayer game. So you can see me in the chat over here on the chat replay. I was playing as... We just have this big multiplayer game that's every Friday. Who was I playing? I was playing as the Vidians, that's what they're called. Yeah, because this is Stellaris with the Star Trek mod, so there's this big galaxy of all the Star Trek races. I was playing as the Vidians, and I just murdered him. Me and the Romulans got together, and we just destroyed Earth, and it was fantastic. So Earth doesn't exist anymore. That's always nice. But if you guys want to play like Stellaris with me on Friday, you can find the schedule on his channel. But if you guys want to play Stellaris with me, then, I mean, show up to this guy. And we can play some Stellaris if you guys like that game. It's like Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. So that'll be in like a day and a half. A day and 2/3. Anyway, anything else or are we done? I think we're probably done. I think we're probably done. You know, I've also been trying to do a deepfake video. That's why I have these two bookmarks. This is the Deep Face Lab and the downloads for Deep Face Lab. Let's see if he's updated it. But since the new graphics cards came out, it hasn't quite worked properly, so I'm waiting for more updates. So we'll be doing a deepfake for Star Trek at some point. But not yet. It still needs more updates to work with the new graphics cards. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're done. I think we're done. Lower Deck. I don't know about my favorite episode of Lower Decks, but I did like the series. I think it was a good series. Well, presumably it's going to continue being a good series because, I mean, it's not over. They're making more seasons. Oh, The Mandalorian, though. The Mandalorian I'm especially looking forward to. That's going to be on Friday. Watch it one last time? Yeah, we can watch it one more time for the people who just showed up. We can watch it one more time. Let me just mute the music. Pump the volume up a bit for you guys.
I do not understand. I have been very clear with the boy as to his obligations, and yet he continues to ignore me.
I know what you mean. I've been quite clear with my mother about her not interfering with Alexander. But she does what she wants in spite of it.
When I was 6 years old, I listened to my parents. I obeyed their rules. Most of the time.
So you guys mentioned Tom Hardy and Captain Picard as a deepfake. That someone already did that. Someone's already made that where Shinzon is it's just Captain Picard again.
When I was very young, I was stricken.
Come on, cut back to Shinzon. So this wasn't me.
I developed a hypersensitivity to sound. Even the slightest whisper caused me agony.
I'm going to link that in the chat. I don't want to play the whole thing. But I'll go ahead and give you guys the link if you want to watch that guy's video. Deep homage. He did a deep fake of just Shinzon is Jean-Luc Picard. So yeah, there's a link for you guys in the chat. I think I'm done for the day. I will see you guys... Well, this video is going to be posted tomorrow. Then there's going to be a Space Whale video on Friday. And we will be having a stream on Saturday. If you guys want to come and do a watch-along. If you checked out the early watch-alongs and didn't like them, they have gotten significantly better. We have more people in the chat. We're talking a lot more. It's open. The Discord to talk to everyone is open to everyone. And we have like 8 regular people now. So we have just a whole bunch of dialogue going back and forth. So if you guys want to come for that, you can join the voice chat as well. It's open to anyone. But yeah, maybe you guys can show up. That's going to be Saturday at 12 p.m. same time as the intakes and the regular videos go up. And I'll see you guys then. Everyone go away. Stream's over.